All right, let's shift our focus now. Sri Lanka voting for its next president. This after the 2022 economic meltdown and the voting across the country's 13,134 polling stations. It will close at 4 p.m. local time. The vote count is expected to start at 9:30 p.m. About 17 million of Sri Lanka's 22 million people are eligible to vote. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe has called the election a turning point for the country as he cast his vote. He is running for re-election as an independent candidate, building on the success of his efforts to steer Sri Lanka out of the 2022 economic meltdown, which triggered massive protests and forced Gotabaya Rajapaksa to flee the country. Now, Prime Minister Wickremesinghe is being challenged by Anura Kumara Dissanayake from the Janata Vimukti Premuna Party and Sajid Premadasa on the Samagi Jana Belavagaya Party. The election results will be declared on a Sunday. A total of 38 candidates are vying for the top spot in the South Asian nation. And Sri Lanka's first past-the-post system allows voters to cast 3 preferential votes for their chosen candidates, with the candidate securing 50% of the votes or more declared winner. Meanwhile, a total of 116 representatives from various international election observation organizations have arrived in Sri Lanka to monitor the upcoming presidential election. Now, we keep hearing that this election is pivotal for Sri Lanka, but why is that? Watch our next report to understand what happened in the last 2 years and how it will have a bearing on the elections today.
That should be the happiest day of our life, because he has robbed us. I mean, he has robbed his country. Can't you see how many people are walking?
I would like to recognize the severity of the crisis here in Sri Lanka and the disproportionate impact it is having on the poor and vulnerable.
All right, for more on this, our correspondent Dasuni Athoda is now joining us live on the broadcast. Dasuni, you've been tracking all developments with us all morning. 35 cases of election law violations have been reported during the first 3 hours of polling in Sri Lanka. What is this about?
Well, yes, these cases include, one of them actually includes an assault and the others include minor violations with regard to election campaigns, election propaganda, and basically just an exchange of heated words between certain factions that support different candidates. So there have been 35 recorded cases so far. Obviously, 3 more hours for polls. This number is expected to rise. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's minister has said that curfew or tighter security would be imposed if things get tense, which it hasn't been so far. But yes, there were reported cases of violence.
All right, well, Dasuni, that being said, what is the situation like where you're standing right now? How has the voter turnout been? What's the voter sentiment like there?
I'm currently at a voting station that is outside the central Colombo vicinity. And as you can see, there is a steady flow of voters still, with just 3 more hours to go for polls before they close at 4 p.m. We've received a few data regarding the voter turnout as of 12 noon, which showed that there has been a surge in voter turnout compared to the 10 a.m. statistics, where a majority of these electorates now show a 40 to 50% of voter turnout, which is fairly good and expected to rise even more, given that we have 3 more hours of polls left.
All right, well, Dasuni, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll continue to track this closely with you there. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.